Hey everybody, welcome back. Got another update for you guys today for my solar powered aquaponics system. I do have all the grow medium today, so we're going to get the grow medium going in there. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys are all having a great week and had a good weekend prior to today. If you live in Arizona, you'll know a few days ago we had some really gnarly storms. So we had hail, really high winds. I'm not sure exactly what the measurements were, but they were very gnarly. So I did get everything cleaned up out here. This was all on the ground right here, was all dirt and dust and mud and all that kind of crap. But we're ready to rock and roll. I wound up throwing a goldfish in the system after I got it up and running while it's cycling, and left the goldfish alone for about 4 or 5 days, and he did fine. So I thought, okay, well, we'll throw a couple of tilapia in there. So I threw 2 tilapia from my tank in there, and turns out tilapia love goldfish. That goldfish did not make it very long. It was actually very sad to see that. But anyways, the tilapia are still doing good in there. And I've got my hydroton. I've got 200 liters. Yeah, 200 liters, 4 50-liter bags. And thank you, Sea Green, for hooking me up on a good deal on those. I got a really good price on them. I put aside $200 to purchase them because I know in the past I paid a lot of money. But I think I paid about 116 bucks for 200 liters. So you guys, if you're in Arizona or around the Tempe area and you need some hydroton, head over to Sea Green. This is not a sponsored video. They did not give me any money. They didn't give me any free products, but I'm happy with the products and the service that I got there. So enough of that kind of nonsense. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you're having good luck with all your gardening and all your projects. And without further ado, let's get over here to mine. Let's wrap this thing up and get some plants going. So show you guys what I need to do first. First thing I need to do is rinse out all the hydroton. So we're going to do that off camera, or actually I'm going to try to do a time lapse. One of my new subscribers from Hawaii, Micah, thank you Micah, he suggested I try doing a time lapse. So I'm going to try to do it. See what it does, alright? Alright, now we got all the hydroton cleaned off and we have it all dumped into the tank over here. I'll give you guys a look. So, I bought 200 liters and I don't think it's going to be nearly enough. I might have to get 200 more. There's still a lot of water in here right now, but it is draining down, so maybe we'll come back and have a look at it once the water's drained out and see what the level's like. See if I'm happy with it or not. And once I am, then we'll move over to my next step, which is installing the top-off tank, or plumbing it in anyways. So yeah, we'll come back after that's done and we'll give you guys another update in a few minutes. Alright, so now we're back. We got all the water drained down and I wound up mixing in some perlite with the hydroton because to be honest, I just didn't want to go buy another $100 worth of hydroton. It probably wouldn't have taken that much, probably like, I bet 1 or 2 more bags or 1.5 bags would have done it. But I mixed in perlite. I already did the flood and drain thing several times to make sure that the perlite wasn't coming out through the drain here, and it was not. There's no perlite in here. If there is, it's just because it fell off my hand right now. Wow, look, there's already a plant growing in here. How did that happen? Nah, I'm just kidding. That's some basil. It's a cutting I just took and threw in here real quick so that I could have something to look at in here to motivate me some more. So I got started messing around with this hose over here and thinking about working on the fill line, but you know what? I think I'm gonna call it a day. I worked all morning too, so at my jobby job so I could earn some dough to buy this stuff. But you can see, look at the water. It's dirty. I rinsed the hydroton, but obviously not well enough. So what I did was I put a microfiber cloth around the inlet or the fill line right here to capture those fine particles, and I'll leave that on there for a couple of days and it will clean the water. I've done it in the past. And it shouldn't hurt the fish because it's not as bad as it would be if you had just dumped the bags in there without rinsing them. But yeah, I didn't rinse them well enough. Usually what I do is I put the hose in the bag and I move the hose around in the bag and shake it around, and I wait until the water draining out of the bottom is clear, but apparently I didn't do it long enough, so oh well, it's okay, no biggie. Yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. I'm already starting to get a headache. I've been drinking plenty of water too, but then again I had a headache this morning when I woke up. There's a fish trying to swim through the window. You can't swim through the window, little guy. Why are they doing that? You got plenty of bubbles. So not dying in there. Alright, so we're going to call that a video. Sorry about my rambling on. I had a little bit too much sun and makes me a little cuckoo. So, appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or comments, post those down at the bottom. And thank you for joining me on my, I think I called it part 2, but it's actually part 3 of my DIY solar powered aquaponics. And so far so good. I got the flood and drain system dialed in, killer. It drains completely. It burps and it stops when I want it to, which is hard to do with a 2-inch drain like I have. I was telling somebody else that I don't recommend using 2-inch for a drain unless you have a really big grow bed and high flow water. And since I don't have either of those, I had to do some tinkering around, but I figured it out, as I usually do. We like to find solutions over here. So thank you guys for tuning in. I probably already said this, but if you have any questions or comments, post those down at the bottom. Hit that subscribe button, click the bell button next to subscribe, and don't forget the thumbs up. But if you click the bell next to subscribe, you'll get a notification each time I upload another video. If you're interested in following along with some of my projects, watching me screw something up, or find a solution, make something different. So thank you guys as always. Keep building.